How about a flood? A flood might put out some of the fires. Or it might make it harder for people to escape the fires. One or the other.
What was that noise?
Hello and welcome to Random Encounter. Different random game every single day. SimCity is out tomorrow in the UK and Europe. It's been out in America since Tuesday, although apparently they've had problems because for some reason all the EA servers broke. Who saw that coming? Who cares? The real SimCity, SimCity 2000, created by Maxis in 1994. I was 8 years old when this came out. I bought this on goodoldgames.com for $5.99. Check this out. How legit is this? Maxis. Alright, back into DOS again, of course. Oh, I love this music. This is great. So, this is SimCity 2000, released in 1994, I thought, but apparently 1993, according to the bottom left of this video screen, by Maxis Games. Yeah, if you forget what games looked like in the early 90s, you are about to get a shocking reminder. Okay, this is SimCity 2000. You have this massive plot of land, and you have this toolbar on the side. So the first thing you have to do is decide where your city goes, and usually this happens by looking at the sort of surrounding areas and figuring out where the biggest population center is, because one of the main ways to get people into your town is to build a road which goes to the edge of the map and connects up with the other districts around you. The new SimCity seems to have a lot of this whole, other people's city stuff. This is all obviously, computer. It's 1994. The internet was made with, smoke signals and carrier pigeons back then. So the main things you do in SimCity 2000, the main sort of areas you build are this one here, residential blocking, commercial and industry. And this is basically, you don't build people's houses, you just set the areas where they can build their own houses. And then you have to encourage them to come in here. The problem is nobody will build here on this plot until there's electricity, and most of the time they won't build until there's also water as well. So the first thing we're going to have to do is create a power plant. You don't want to pollute the people where they're living, so the best thing to do is try and build a power plant as far away from the residential areas as possible. Usually you can build a sort of industry places around, around the power plant. They don't seem to care. Let's put it in here in this kind of natural valley. Knock down all these trees. That won't piss anyone off, will it? Alright, so there's the coal plant. Zzz. I love that sound. It always sounds like some dude just did it with his mouth. I'm always weird and kind of pedantic about where I put my power lines. You don't have to put them everywhere, but I think maybe as long as they're touching a block next to the power lines, then that's okay. Alright, next thing I need to worry about is water. I gotta build pipes for all the houses and stuff, but the problem is obviously they need to get water from somewhere. So let's stick some water pumps here. They will require electricity, and then we'll need to hook it up to the mains. Okay, so we can see people moving in, and we can also see that there's a bit of stuff going on here in our really terrible industrial zone. So let's connect it up to next door. 1,000 quid? Sure. These people are probably going to want somewhere to waste all their hard-earned cash, so let's build a commercial zone. The whole way you're playing through SimCity is this internal battle between making something that works properly and making something that is aesthetically pleasing. So that's what you can see I'm doing right here. I'm probably wasting a lot of space just doing all that, but it looks good. All right, actually looks pretty shitty, but I also have to, while I'm doing all this, obviously I'm jettisoning money at the moment. Half my budget's already gone, so you got to do things like raise property taxes, and people love that. So this whole experience of SimCity, the game experience, just sitting down, making pipes, listening to some weird MIDI music. This is what it was all about. It was all about just messing about. Eventually, I'll just start going onto the disasters tab and throwing earthquakes, monsters, and riots at your city. But It's just fun. It's fun to come in here. It's fun to save your game, especially because you get to use this thing. This is where it gets a bit worrying though. See all these? See all these? That's where people have moved out. That's a bit worrying. I'm going to build a school right here. But stuff like schools and, you know, police stations, that's the sort of stuff, you know, fire services, that's the sort of stuff that people really require before they move in, like families and stuff. So the more amenities and the more services that you have in your city, the more people will come. Then you get to things like, by sticking airports in, then you start to become a kind of a travel hub, and that matters a lot as well. And then you get your weird newspaper thing every while. Why isn't there no one going down there? Oh, it's because there's no water, is there? So we might have a pressure problem here because the water seems to only be stretching. It's not even getting to the plant anymore. Most cities in this are kind of generic. You know, in the new SimCity, they're doing stuff like adding in the ability for you to specialize in areas like tourism and different areas of commerce. In this one, you pretty much have, every city has commercial areas, residential areas. It's not that much. 250 quid. God, I could buy a causeway tomorrow. That's great. 25 quid. Okay, apparently they're demanding a police service. I feel like I should probably supply a police service, if nothing else. First, I want to level some of this. Great cop sound. So you can slip and just totally take out that entire school. I've done it before. Or the power lines. Oh God, what happened? What's that? It's a hurricane. Oh no, it's a hurricane. It's a really badly animated hurricane. Let's build some more residential zones. This all looks very nice. I'd like to live in this area. Especially if this music keeps playing. Yeah. This type of game, you are constantly adding and then thinking about how that's going to affect the other area, and then you think, you know, something slips your mind for a little bit of time, and then you realize, oh God, like for instance, now I've just realized that really I don't have enough residential areas for all this craziness. Oh no, the power plant just exploded. Oh God. Oh, that's awful. That requires a newspaper spinning into the air. Xavier Labs builds fusion power. Wow. I wonder if I can buy that. Fusion energy is clean, reliant, efficient, and expensive. Accidents may destroy the plant, but it will not spread radioactive havoc. From what I believe, the water tower is only ever used to store water, right? There was a water tower around the corner from where I used to live, and that was actually mostly used for taking drugs. It resided in the grounds of the mental hospital that I lived across the road from. I'm not making any of this up, by the way. Mental is definitely not the most sensitive word you should use there either. I just grew up beside the hospital and everyone called it the mental, so... there was actually a dentist in the grounds of the mental, which we all called a mental dental. I used to play for the football team in the grounds of the hospital. And our chant was, "You'll never beat the mental." It was great. Uh-oh, what's going on? Oh, riots. What's going on? Look at them, they're riots. And they're massive people. They're like bigger than the cars. Something's on fire. Did the bastards send it off? Did they do that? Did the rioters do that? Oh no, I've only got that one fire engine. Oh, this is gonna go bad. Oh no, this is awful. This is awful. Come on, fire station, get off your arse. What's going on? Oh, Jesus, this is really bad. This... this music is not reflecting the current mood in my city. Jesus. No. No. I need... Oh, God. I need to destroy everything around the fire so that the fire doesn't spread. Alright. This may be a lost cause. I'm starting to believe what many of you in the chat are saying. At least we've got this funky music to listen to. Stop booing. Stop booing. I'm listening to the music. Alright, you know what? A plague on all you people. Earthquake time. Yeah, there you go. That'll do it. Boom. New fires. Alright, what next? How about a flood? A flood might put out some of the fires. Or it might make it harder for people to escape the fires. One or the other. Monster. See the monster. Oh, there he is. That's not your stream, by the way. That's just the frame rate. Alright. So, these are the scenarios on offer in SimCity 2000. Yeah, the best thing about these levels, though, is that the maps are already fully built, so the cities themselves are actually massive. So let's have a look at this one. So this is actually, you know, a relatively basic remake of the center of San Francisco. The Presidio up here, Nob Hill. I guess, like, yeah, the Bay Bridge there, so this would be where the Golden Gate is. So, the cool thing about the map editor is you basically have as much control as the guys had when they were making the game. So you can, and then you can kind of tweak the amount of trees, the density of hills and stuff like that, and then just hit like generate and it'll do it. If you've played any Sims games like The Sims or the new SimCity, and you have seen the phrase reticulating splines mentioned in places, this is where it's from.
Reticulating splines.
And then you can also do, you know, stick a river in or make it on the coast, and that'll just make sure that one side is covered in water, and then there's kind of inlets happening and stuff. So it's kind of cool. You can make really interesting maps here, and then you can tweak them yourself if you want to. SimCity 2000 Special Edition, available on goodoldgames.com for the low price, $5.99 of your American cents. I don't know, it's about £2.53 on in BritBucks.